Happy Saturday, everyone. I hope you are having a fantastic day. We are hopefully going to have a fantastic night tonight. We've got three things to open. A Leaf autograph football jersey will kick things off. We'll open Leaf Flash baseball behind that. And then our third break of the evening will be our half case of Prizm retail basketball. So pretty full slate tonight. It's going to be fun. It's always fun, though, right? Breaks are fun. That's why we like to do them. What you're looking at right now, we're going to go over some pre-break information before we get started ripping into our packs. So what you see on the screen right now talks about two things. One is feedback, and that comes up a lot, so I just incorporated it into the information. Mine is automated, guys and gals, so anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you're going to instantly get it in return. And then, of course, the second message there is to say thank you. I do appreciate you spending part of your evening with me and bidding with me, breaking with me, and hopefully some of you guys are going to keep me updated on the UK-Tennessee score tonight. Maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed. I know it was hard for me to turn away from that one because, you know what? My Wildcats were playing about the best they've played all year, I think. Okay, we are looking now at breaks that are coming up. This stuff is already listed on eBay. We're going to be breaking it over the course of the next few days. Tomorrow night, Gold Rush Premier Players Baseball. That's a full case break. It's buyback cards. They are considered the premium, quote-unquote, buyback cards for the Premier players. So more information, of course, you'll see it there in the photograph. I have a photograph of the marketing sales sheet that Gold Rush provided is on the listing. We will get into another 20-box master case of Panini One football tomorrow night as well. On Monday night, a 3-box case of Onyx Preferred Players autograph baseballs, another case of Leaf Flash baseball, and another case of Plates and Patches football. Tuesday, a Leaf autograph multi-sport jersey, and we're going to do some more 2019 Series 1 baseball. It's going to be jumbo. It's full case. Base cards don't ship out to the teams. Base cards have their own bidding category. Teams get, autographs, relics, numbered cards, and anything that Topps defines as an insert. On Wednesday, we've got 2 new releases on Wednesday. They're both going to be pretty awesome. We're going to open them both on Wednesday night. So Impeccable Basketball, we'll open a full case of that. We will also open a full case of Select Football. And, of course, the XRC redemption cards will have their own bidding spot for Select Football, which has been that way for several years. But anyway, just, worth mentioning. On Thursday night, it is a pair of 2018 Gold Rush Series 4 autographed mini helmets. Then more Impeccable Basketball and another case of Leaf Flash baseball. So that's what we look like in the days ahead. Now let's flash forward and look at tonight. So a couple of things you need to know. Actually, several things on this page that you need to know. So first off, we have one free shipping break. That's our autograph football jersey. That is always going to be projected to go out about, I'll say no later than a week after the fact. That applies to any time we do a free shipping break. So it means it'll be on the way to you no later than Saturday. Most of the time, guys, that free shipping stuff goes out way ahead of that, but that would be the latest it would go out. Our paid shipping breaks tonight, Leaf Flash and our Prizm basketball, projected to be on the way to you no later than Wednesday. Please keep in mind there is no mail service on Monday. Nothing dropped off, nothing picked up. I'm probably going to print labels on Monday, maybe even some tomorrow. But just understand that the tracking's not going to update until Tuesday night because it won't actually be picked up until you got it Tuesday. Last thing you need to know has to do with consolation cards. So if you're in one of these breaks, you don't have to worry about this if you're in Prizm basketball because every team's going to pull cards in there. But if you're in one of the other 2 breaks and your team is not pulled, you are entitled to a consolation trading card. It can be from any year and any series. I keep track of it for a rolling 90-day period. In the free shipping break, which is the jersey break, I usually hold on to your consolation cards until the next time you have a package going out. Then I gather them all up, send them all out at once. If you don't want to wait for that, and your team isn't the one pulled, and you want your consolation card right away, you only need to drop me a message on eBay. I will gladly take care of it for you. As far as Leaf Flash goes, if you happen to get blanked in that, your consolation cards will ship out with the rest of the break since it is a paid shipping break. So first up tonight, 2018 Leaf Autograph Football Jersey, break number 28. We broke a lot of these earlier in the year by half cases. We've probably broken, oh gosh, guys, I'd say we probably broken a dozen cases or more of these Leaf football jerseys. They're fun. I like them. Everything we're opening tonight, of course, ended tonight on eBay Saturday night, the 16th of February. As you saw there, you've got your team names on one side, the winning bidders across from each team. New spreadsheet will go up before every break, so if you're not in this one, you just hang tight. You'll see your name up there when we do get to your product. Last but not least, yeah, I know the background went out of focus a tad bit. I did that on purpose, but that's okay. I did it so we can see things up close. We can see them better that way. Gotta trust me. Gotta trust me. Bam, that is a good question. You're asking me if there's anything unpaid, and I will be the first one to tell you I got really sidetracked watching that UK-Tennessee game, and I was, doing my spreadsheet and doing all the pre-break stuff and getting all that ready, and the one thing I did not do was look and see how much stuff was unpaid. So I'm going to do that right now to answer your question. So hang tight here for a minute, and I will answer that for you. I just got to get logged in on this computer, and we will check it out and see, Bam. Alan J is here. Kyle is here. He gave me a score update. Thank you, Kyle. 55-36. UK still on top. I like that. Griffin is here as well. Stang Lover said Tennessee just went down a 19-0 run and took the lead, but I know that Stang Lover is just yanking my chain because, of course, Kyle was, kind enough to give me the other score. Plus, Stang Lover copped to it right after the fact anyway. But yeah, I would have had a heart attack right on the spot, right? And that would have been your break. Would have just been sidetracked. All right, so our unpaid stuff. We've got one. Actually, no, I take that back. That's an old one. That's that one I let that guy slide on because I thought I knew him. And yeah, I was wrong and I shouldn't have done that. So yeah, oh well. So no, we are paid up for tonight, Bam. But thank you for reminding me to check on that. I do appreciate it very much. And I better get my view fixed back too. That'll come back to haunt us later if I don't get us back on the right page. And Kyle says pull a jersey for a local UK fan. I'd love to, man. I went to school at UK, so they're my team. I love my team. But we have not always played well this year, so I'm glad to see us playing well tonight. We've got a nice jersey hit here tonight, kids. That is one Deshaun Watson out for the Houston Texans. So we have got Leaf authentication sticker on there. That also looks like a Deshaun Watson player authentication sticker. And then, of course, your Leaf, it's like a credit card type plastic COA to go along as well. So Deshaun Watson, our autographed jersey tonight for the Texans. That's another nice hit from Leaf jerseys. We're going to open some more Leaf Flash Baseball. Let me get the case picked up and on the table. Then we'll cycle through our spreadsheet here once again. The jerseys are fast. Yeah, they don't take very long. So blink and you miss those kind of. Let's get that set up. All right, here we go. So you probably just saw this. We just talked about it. If you jumped in after I talked about it, please read it. Let me know if you have any questions. You can hit me up in chat if you're live. You can hit me up in eBay messages if you're watching on delay. This is going to be a 12-box case of 2018 Leaf Flash Baseball. This just came out yesterday. This is going to be our second case of it. We broke it last night as well. Team names, of course, on the left once again, and winning bidders across from on the right-hand side. Players do go to their current teams, okay? So I know some breakers do it one way, some breakers do it another way. It always with me on a Leaf product like this, or any product where there's not a manufacturer's checklist that lists an official team and it doesn't show an official team or team name on the card or even like a city name or anything, it's going to go to the current team. does actually say that in the listing down there in that little special circumstances area. I think in the part where it talks about like international uniforms, collegiate uniforms, all that kind of stuff that are basically unidentified or not identified with a specific team. You know the drill. So that is the thing. They come out ready to go out of here. If you've never opened Leaf before, it is an awesome product. There's no base cards in here. It's all hits, and the hits are very handily already in top loaders and in sleeves. So they usually come out in pretty good shape, which is a bonus. The checklist is awesome. And we have had really, you know, I usually have really good luck with Leaf baseball. Their football is good too. Their basketball is always good, but they don't make a lot of basketball. But their draft football, some years is fantastic. And some years they miss a player or two. You know, like last year would have been fantastic, except they were missing Saquon Barkley because he had signed an exclusive with Panini, so they couldn't get him. But they don't run into too many of those in baseball. They have all the hot players typically, and a lot of times you can get them in here almost before you can get them anywhere else, which is another little bonus if you happen to be in the market of flipping them, which I know many of you are in that resale flipping kind of scenario. So that helps things out a little bit too. Obviously, you can see what I'm doing here. I just want to get everything out and all the seals cut and the plastic off, because then once we get rolling, we can just bust right on through, just the way we like it. Ron's here. Hi, Ron. You like Leaf Flash? Me too. Me too. They had Flash last year in football, and of course, migrated over to baseball this year. But they're, as I said, they're Leaf baseball products. I kind of love all their Leaf baseball products, truly. But I do agree with you, Ron. Their checklist was exceptionally strong this year. Both the last product that we opened, which was Ultimate Draft, and the checklist here for Flash, both quite nice. Of course, we'll still have Leaf Metal Draft to go for baseball. We'll have Valiant. We'll have Trinity. So we'll still have several future Leaf releases that will likely have a very similar checklist to what we see here. That's most often the way it happens with them. Their checklist doesn't vary a whole lot in a product year anyway. Sometimes a little, but not a lot. Oh, Marty, you've never seen Leaf before? Oh, it's awesome. The best part about it, as I said, is that there's no base. It's all hits. A lot of them are low numbered. They're all ready to go in sleeves and top loaders, and you just kind of get rocking through them, and it's a lot of fun. And it's usually got really good hits in it. So, so that makes it even more fun now, doesn't it? There's Steel Walker is first out, and Steel is a Chicago White Sox. You guys know I love his name in Ryder Green. I think they're like perfect baseball names. Oh, and they come out 1-2. That's just perfect. Ryder is for the Yankees. How they never come out 1-2. That was awesome. Ethan Hankins is out next for the Cleveland Indians, followed by Simeon Woods Richardson for the Mets. And then we have Mr. Sean Jelly. You know I'm a fan of his. That is numbered to 35. He goes to the Giants. I think that kid's going to be good. You may have to sit back and wait on him a year or two, but I think he's going to be good. Fernando Tatis Jr., we already know is good. Headed to the Padres. Alec Thomas comes out for the Arizona Diamondbacks. That's numbered to 10. Nice low number for him. Taylor Wiedner to 50. Oh, why can I never remember you, Taylor Wiedner? Diamondbacks also. Huh, you'd think I could hang on to that mentally, wouldn't you? Adam Kloffenstein. And Adam there is a Toronto Blue Jay. Julio Pablo Martinez. You're not going to find his autographs in too many places, but you are going to be happy you have it, I think. He is a Texas Ranger. Next up is Junior Severino. That is numbered 220 on a Metal Draft National Pride. That is headed to the Texas Rangers as well. Is he? No, he's a Twin. I'm sorry. He's a Minnesota Twin. He's the one I didn't know last night, and I said, I got to commit that to memory. He's a Twin. Ronald Acuna. How about that for you, Marty? And not only that, I think you have the Braves tonight, Marty. Usually you do. It's on the Brilliance card set on top of that. So nice little parallel autograph for Mr. Acuna. And, well, the reason you haven't seen Flash, Marty, is it is relatively new for Leaf. I mean, they had it last year in football. This is its first go-round in baseball. We didn't have Flash baseball last year. So if you broke Leaf football, you know, you probably kind of knew what to expect. But if you don't typically break anything but baseball, yeah, it's going to be its first go-round for baseball. This is Jeremy Eierman. I never say his name right. Anyway, he is an Oakland A. And we have Mason Denneberg out for the Washington Nationals. Here's Bo Naylor. Bo Naylor, I think, is an Indian. Is that right, guys? Is Bo Naylor an Indian? Ooh, I'm not 100% sure about that. I will, of course, look up anything I'm not 100% sure about, including Bo Naylor there, before it gets shipped out. Chris Bubbick, and Chris, I believe, is a Kansas City Royal. We have a redemption, and, oh, I can't say that guy's last name. He's a Yankee, Jonathan, whose last name I can't say. Unless he was traded recently. That's one I will double check on, guys, because obviously if somebody's been traded, once again, players go to their current teams, just as a reminder. Kent, we have not seen Casey Mize come out yet, but we're just getting started, so no worries. He's probably still in here somewhere. Numbered to 10, you've got Wander Franco, Tampa Bay Rays, live in the product. Fantastic. Last product we had him in, he was a redemption. So nice to see him live. Jameson Hannah is numbered to 25. And Jameson, I believe, is also the Oakland A's. He's another one I'll double check. Lucan Baker to 10, St. Louis Cardinals. Shane McClanahan, numbered to 50, Tampa Bay Rays. Daniel Lynch for the Kansas City Royals. There's Alec for the Philadelphia Phillies, numbered to 50, and the last in the series. You know, that gives me a special little thrill. There's your number 2 overall draft pick. It's Joey Bart, numbered to 25 for the San Francisco Giants. Yeah, Marty, you know, poor Marty, he knows. He's been with me for a long time. He knows I butcher all the names, and he's kind enough to put them in there for me phonetically. And still, most of the time, you could ask me that probably 15 minutes after I say it, and I will have already forgotten how to pronounce it. Even when I hear it, I just, for whatever reason, I have a really difficult time remembering how to pronounce a lot of these names. Not just in baseball, either, in all the sports. It's terrible. I know it is. I know it is. But Marty is telling me it is Loisiga. I'm never going to remember that. Nolan Gorman, that's a nice hit for the St. Louis Cardinals. Very nice hit. And this is Osiris Johnson. And Osiris is a Marlin. Jeremiah Jackson is an Angel. Connor Scott, numbered to 5, so a really low-numbered Connor Scott, no less. And Connor is also a Marlin, which might be Stang Lover tonight, maybe. Jonathan India on the photography insert set. That, of course, is for my Cincinnati Reds. There's baby Vlad. If you've got the Blue Jays, that's exactly what you were waiting on. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. It is numbered to 50. Coming out for the Toronto Blue Jays. That's an outstanding hit. Here's Junior Severino again for the Twins. Xavier Edwards. Never remember him, but I have him written down because I never remember him. He is a Padre. Why can I not retain that? Could not tell you, but I cannot ever remember that guy. Andrew Kenzer is a St. Louis Cardinal. There's your Casey Mize that you're waiting on. Were you starting to get nervous? I bet you were, but I got it for you right there. Casey Mize on Brilliance out for the Detroit Tigers. Next up, we have our 1-of-1 printing plate. And, of course, these are not guaranteed to come in every case, but we usually hope to find one. This one is Jason Schroeder. And Jason Schroeder is an Astro, Houston Astro. Bo Bichette, because why not? Toronto Blue Jays cleaning up tonight. Numbered to 50, headed to the Blue Jays. See, Stanglover, right? Exactly. Stanglover sent me a message before the break saying he needed some good mojo for the Marlins. And then it's like, boom, it appears for him. Whenever he sends me those messages that say, like, I got to have some mojo, you'd be surprised how many times it works. It's kind of crazy, right? Are you a warlock, Stanglover? You're conjuring it all up. Whenever you want it, it comes out. And Kenji's here. I didn't see you, Kenji. I didn't see you jump in a minute ago. How are you? Ryan Rollison to 15. That is Colorado Rockies. Griffin Roberts comes out next. Griffin is not numbered. He is a St. Louis Cardinal. William Contreras out for the Atlanta Braves, who I think is Marty tonight. It's rare for me to remember them, but Marty, that's just about the only one he bids on typically. Joe Gray for the Brewers. You know, a lot of times I have a hard time remembering who has what team because I see so many of them. Nick Madrigal for the White Sox. There's another Acuna. So the Braves have a pair of Acunas already, and your Contreras. A redemption for Joe Adell. So the Angels are in business again with another hit. Caden Grenier to 15 is an Oriole. Owen White. Owen White, I believe, is a Texas Ranger, but let's double check it. Make sure I haven't gone astray. He is a Texas Ranger. Bobby Dalbec. Bobby is a Red Sox. Then we have Ryan Weathers. Ryan there is a Padre. Another Nolan Gorman. St. Louis Cardinals are, you know what? Doing pretty well with Nolan Gorman. That's your second one. And by the by, that one is numbered to 15. And this is why we love Leaf Flash, isn't it? Yes, it is. Oh, Kenji, somebody outbid you on the Tampa Bay Rays today. Uh-oh. Well, Stanglover, I had not, honestly, I don't often look at the bid amounts before the break unless either something is unpaid or something, you know, specifically calls my attention to it. Normally, I don't even have time to look at that. There's so much to do right up, you know, as auction ends and before we get to the break time. But Stanglover did tell me in a message that bidding was rather spirited tonight on a few teams. So I am not entirely surprised, I guess. Bam says you're out of touch with baseball. You don't recognize a lot of these players. These players, Bam, are mostly your up-and-coming guys, okay? So these are like your top pipeline prospects. So most of these guys, with the exception of like Acuna and Ohtani and a few that are in here that are active MLB players, the majority of these guys are in the minors right now, but they're projected to be very good MLB players. So collecting them early, kind of like playing the stock market, right? Stockpiling them, that's the idea. Brady Singer for the Royals. Then you have Luis Urias, that is numbered to 50, and Urias, of course, is a Padre. Here's Valera, and Valera is out for the Indians. He's numbered to 15. Another nice low-numbered parallel. Travis Swaggerty, I like him. That is numbered to 50 for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Jordan Groshans. Jordan is unnumbered, but another hit for the Toronto Blue Jays. How about Juan Soto? Comes out to join the party for the Nationals. All right, Griffin's giving me a score update here. 68-53 Kentucky with 6 minutes to go. Well, we have let them catch up a little bit then, haven't we? Not a whole lot, but a little bit. Yeah, all right. Peter Alonso. Peter is numbered to 50. And behind that, we have Tristan Casas to 25. Tristan is a Red Sox. I don't think I said Peter Alonso either, but he's a Met. Josh Bro for the Yankees is to 50. Bryce Terang. Bryce is numbered to 50, and he is a Milwaukee Brewer. Grayson Rodriguez to 15. Grayson is an Oriole. Next up is another Wander Franco, Tampa Bay Rays. And that one's numbered to 25. Ah, Tampa Bay, you are having a nice break, but you know what? You're probably making Kenji sad because you got outbid and all, right? You know? Oh, Marty, I see you also typed in there and answered Bam's question too. Thank you for that, Marty. I appreciate it. You know, sometimes people have the volume down and they don't even hear even as I'm answering them. So I always appreciate when you guys type in the answers too, as do, I'm sure, the people asking the questions. Joe Adele for the Angels. Braxton Ashcraft is a Pittsburgh Pirate, numbered to 50. Logan Gilbert comes out for the Seattle Mariners. Nick Schnell is a Tampa Bay Ray. And then we have Louis Robert on the Brilliance insert, which I happen to like that insert a lot, by the way. It's for the White Sox. Oh, baby, look at that. Detroit Tigers. Ho-ho! How about a little one-of-one printing plate for Casey Mize? Okay, so not only did you get your other Casey autograph, now you have a one-of-one Casey Mize. That's pretty sweet. All right, we are in last box mojo time right now. So right here, we're going to work it. We're going to try to pull the big fiery hit. We've already had a lot of big fiery hits. We're going to look for a couple more out of our last box. Jackson Kowar to 25 is the Kansas City Royals. Jordan Adams. Jordan is, I believe, an Angel, right? Yeah, an Angel. And then Sean Jelly is out again for the Giants. Jake McCarthy. Oh, we haven't pulled Jake in a while. He's a Diamondback. And Jordan Adams out one more time, numbered to 50 for the Angels. And another printing plate. 3 one-of-one printing plates in this case. Not too shabby. And that is of Nick Madrigal. That's another excellent hit. And that for the White Sox. So I have to say, all in all, another really good case. I'm very happy with Out of Flash Baseball. Hopefully you are too. Give me 1 second and we will recap it. So, of course, you know, if we read it all off and flipped it all over again, it'd be just like doing the break again. So we're not going to read it all off and flip them all over this time. But what we will do, just in case somebody jumped in late, you missed it, you want a second shot at it, you're watching the replay, whatever the case may be, we'll just flip through them all here one more time to give you another look at it. And, yeah, I mean, 3 one-of-one printing plates. You got Baby Vlad out of here. We got the Casey Mize. We got most of the things we were hunting for, we found. Maybe 1 or 2 that we didn't, but most we did. A pair of Acuñas. All in all, just a very nice case of Leaf Flash one more time. And we'll be breaking this all through next week as well. I think I've got 6 cases of this in total. I might have 7. I don't know. It's either 6 or 7 cases of it. It's a fair amount anyway. I typically buy about that amount of most leaf baseball and basketball, and football varies. Any football I'll do anywhere from 3 or 4 up to 6 or 8. But typically with the baseball, it's going to be somewhere in the 5 to 8. Ditto with the basketball. So, and you know what else? We get Leaf Best Basketball next week on Friday. And it will also have the redemption in it, just like we had in football, Leaf Best of Football. You guys remember? They added the redemption this year where you could, the redemption would be for either autographed memorabilia or a sealed box of cards, or it could be for a sealed rare pack of cards. So just like we did for football, it will have its own bidding spot in basketball. And we did pull it a few times in football. We broke, I don't know, maybe 8 cases or so of Leaf Best of Football, and we pulled, I think, a couple of those for memorabilia. We pulled one that was for a box of Prizm First Off the Line football, sealed box of that. So, you know, some of those redemptions have some pretty cool stuff in them. For those of you who are into that sort of thing, we are going into Prizm Basketball coming up next here. So one more time, if you didn't see this before, I read all this out and we kind of went over it in some detail at the start of the break. If you missed some of that, you jumped in late, please do take a minute, read what's on the screen right now, hit me up with any questions, and I won't bore everyone else with reading it through it again right now. This is going to be 10 boxes, which is a half case of 2018-19 Prizm Basketball Retail. This is break number 7, which is of Prizm overall. We've broken some hobby, some retail. Well, we've got all kinds of other interesting Prizm coming up. We'll be doing some fast break Prizm, some Prizm Choice, which is pretty phenomenal if you ask me. That's going to be my favorite one. More retail, some first off the line. We got a lot coming up. We'll get it listed over the course of the next few weeks. Same format, of course, and also ended tonight on eBay, February 16th. Team names on the left. Your name is up in lights across from your team on the right-hand side. Now, since this is the start of a new case and it's got 20 boxes in it, we need to figure out which ones we're going to open. So normally, what I would do is take all the boxes out, number them on the end, use random.org to figure out. But out of 20 boxes, you know what, I'm thinking that will take us a while. So instead of doing it that way, we're still going to use random, but we're just going to change it up ever so slightly. And why is that giving me weird messages? Whatever that is, stop giving it to me. We are going to just put in left side and right side, okay? And because I have fewer than 10 items in the list, I'm going to randomize this 3 different times. And yikes. And the first 2 don't count. So the third one is going to tell us whether we open the right boxes on the right-hand side of this case or the boxes on the left-hand side of this case. So you can ignore the first one, ignore the second one. Here comes our third and final. There you'll see 3 times our date and time stamp, and it gives us the left-hand side of the box, of the case, rather. The box is on the left-hand side of the case. I'll get it out in a minute. So that's just a little more time effective than having to take out number 20 and then use random. Because typically, you know, this is a bigger case than what we would normally have when we're doing that sort of thing. Alrighty, so let me get all these out off of one side of the case, and then we'll get rolling here in a minute. Once I get them all out of here. Oh, yikes, these ones on the bottom, they really don't want to come out because all those others are stacked next to them. I didn't think that through very well, did I? It's all right, we can get them. There we go. There's our half. Our little happy 10 boxes. All righty. I've got to get some sleeves out. And here's the deal with the retail. We should find one autograph per box. You know, they always say on average, which basically is just a CYA for, you know, Panini. So sometimes it gets replaced by hits, or our hit gets replaced by a points card. That happens from time to time. You know, but if that does happen tonight, we'll use random.org to give out the points card at the end of the break. So in addition to our one autograph that we're looking for, we should find, as you see, 12 prisms and 12 retail exclusive inserts per box on average. So that is kind of what we're looking for. Now, because there is so much of that stuff, I'm probably not going to put most of that in the sleeve as we go, because it will take forever and would really slow down our break. So the vast majority of it, we'll look at it. I'll deal with sleeving it later. Obviously, we're going to sleeve our autograph hits and any rookie silver prisms, or, you know, any of our rookie prisms that happen to be special, low number, that sort of thing. We will sleeve as we go, but the rest of it will get stacked off separately and will be dealt with after the break. Oh, Chicago Sox. I didn't see you in there a minute ago. I don't think I said hi to you. You might have left by now, too. Daggone it. I didn't. Sometimes I look over there and things get lost in the chat. You know, I will have seen something and then I will have missed something else and not realized it. They get kind of packed in there somewhere. So if you happen to still be here, Chicago Sox, I did not mean to ignore you earlier, my friend. I just looked right over it. I didn't see it. I'm sorry about that. Kenji, you said you did not have quite as good a luck in Flash today as you did yesterday. Well, because yesterday was, you had the Angels yesterday. I remember that. And you did very well with it, for sure. And I got that on the way today, too. The vast, not all of it, but a good amount of it. A good amount of what we got, of what we broke last night, I did actually manage to get out the door today. I was pretty surprised, but I also didn't sleep a lot, so there you go. That always helps, right? more waking hours means more time to sort and ship. And if anybody is still logged in, tuned in, watching, chatting, who is also aware of the score of the UK-Tennessee game, please feel free to type that into chat. And by feel free, I mean I'm kind of like begging you to keep me updated on the score. So if anybody also has that game on, yes, I would love to kind of keep an eye on that score and see where things end up. So loads of inserts in here. Emergent is just one of many that we're going to find. When you see the green, those are retail exclusive in Prizm typically. That's what the green usually is when we see it in here. And of course, we're going to find plenty of these. These are red wave parallels, and that one, of course, is one of our rookies, Kevin Herter for the Hawks. Freshman Phenoms, that, of course, a refractor, which is also known as a prism in the Panini world. I have a tendency to call them refractors more so than prisms, but please know when you hear me say that they do mean the same thing. Just means it has that fancy little coating on it that makes it glow like a rainbow when the light hits it. Looks like our first autograph is out for Nola. We've got Jrue Holiday coming out of this box for the New Orleans Pelicans. Oh, bam, you gave me the score. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is 75-60 with 2 minutes left. Well, I'm feeling good about that then. I am feeling pretty good about that. So let's hope that it stays that way. Or at least that the margin stays about the same. In other words, I don't want my UK Cats to lose in the last 2 minutes. It would make me so sad. If that happens, you might not even want to tell me. That would put me in the worst mood. Yao Ming for the Rockets in the green parallel. And a red wave Brandon Ingram for the Lakers. a dominance refractor prism. That one was for Tim Duncan and the Spurs. And yes, Bam, thank you for that score update. You know I appreciate you all keeping me in the loop on stuff like that. Honestly, if I had remembered that the start time was so late, I might not have even scheduled breaks for tonight, because I was really looking forward to this game. But somehow in my head, I thought it started at 6. I don't know why I did, and I didn't realize it until it was way too late, because of course, you know, listings go up 5 days ahead of time, so too late by the time I realized. That was a hyped insert. Here comes a pink pulsar, but before that is a Ricky Rubio refractor. Came out before we get to our pink pulsar. And that is Javon Carter for the Grizzlies. And I'm kind of just going, it's numbered to 42, and, you know, I'm like, why couldn't that have been Jaren Jackson Jr. for you? I know that's what you probably wanted that to be. I would like for that to have been that as well. However, that is still a nice hit, of course, coming out there for the Grizzlies. Definitely nice to get the pink pulsars out of here. In fact, if you were to get the pink pulsar, if we could find the pink pulsar of Luka, it would probably, oh gosh, I don't know. I'm thinking it'd probably be about an $800 card, maybe more than. So some of the pink pulsars, pretty darn good. And some of that stuff is stuff that only comes in the retail versions, and yeah, see, in fact, that is one of them. The pink pulsar is also a retail exclusive, so there's always good reasons to open retail versions of Prizm. They tuck away little things in there sometimes that you can't get anywhere else. And the ratio of inserts is typically pretty good as well. But I've got to get that break listed so we can open some of the Prizm Choice. I'm super stoked about getting into that. It was originally an international release. It looks just like the traditional U.S. release. I mean, it doesn't have any foreign language or anything like that on it, is my point. But it's essentially Prizm without the base cards, more or less. It's got one autograph per box, a couple of silver Prizms guaranteed per box, a couple of inserts, and if there are any base, it's not but one or two. It's a very small little one-pack kind of deal, and it has some exclusive parallels that we cannot get here in our Prizm. There's a green and blue one. There's, I think, a zebra one, and I forget the other. But of course, you know, when I do get it listed, however we do it, and that Prizm mixer is what I'm leaning towards, I'll put in whatever information I can find about it at that point. So I've really just got to find time to work that break in, because I'm looking forward to that, the Prizm mixer. So I just have to find a space to plug it in there. And we'll do a little more Chinese New Year as well, somewhere along the way next week, or within the next week or 10 days. 77.64 with 122 left. So they've cut into our lead a little. 64, but not by too much. I mean, I liked it better when it was like at 20. But since we've only got minute 22 left, you know, surely to goodness we're not going to cough up and lose after 13 points in the last minute 22. I sure hope not. Oh, no worries, Latch. No worries. We are all good, my friend. All good. Were you out having dinner with the family tonight? Or maybe having dinner in, as far as that goes. Larry Bird, Red Wave, a green dominance, Steph Curry. A silver, Justin Jackson. And what else? What else have we got in here? Oh, Mystic Lake. Oh, cool. 78, 66, 117 to go. Okay, so they are chipping away at us, but I think that's still a decent amount up. It's Paul Pierce and the Celtics. There's David Robinson silver for the Spurs. You saw a points card go by. That means our hit was replaced in here by a points card, which means it will set up here in housekeeping. We'll divvy it up at the end of the break. That'll go to someone using random.org. Now, the last time that we broke a half case of this and we found some points cards, I said, man, I bet we have some good hits in here, because here we are pulling these points cards. And in the first half of the case, you know, we had some nice stuff, but we wouldn't have anything that I would have said was really worth getting all those points cards. Then in the back half of the case, if I'm remembering correctly, I believe, didn't we pull 2 DeAndre Ayton autographs out of the back half of that case where we had all those points cards? I think we did. Some of you might remember better than I, but I think that we did. An emergent insert, Sacramento Kings, and that is Marvin Bagley. Insert there in the green parallel. Patrick, you are asking me about the Leaf football jersey. I sure did do that already, and it was Deshaun Watson for the Texans. So it was a very nice one tonight. Zaire Smith, 76ers, green retail parallel. Oh, and Bam got it in there and typed it in there. Thank you, Bam. I appreciate that very much. Ish Smith for the Pistons. Thank you, sir, for helping me out on that. Bruce Brown, Detroit Pistons, green prizm rookie. Always good to find our rookies in prizm format, parallel, and otherwise. Well, it's weird to say in prizm format. See, this is why I tend to call them refractors, because I think it's weird in a product called prizm to also call the refractors prisms. Yet that's what Panini does. But I think it's weird, because then you're saying it's a prism, which is just weird. So that's another reason I'm in the habit of calling them refractors, because it just makes, I don't know, it makes more sense than because I say it all the time for tops. That's what I've always called them. But anyway, you know what it is. You know what I mean, even when I spout off craziness. 81-66 with 58 seconds left, and somebody's at the line again. Us, maybe? Probably. I'm guessing they're fouling us, trying to extend it. Isn't that amazing how the last, say, 2 minutes, or certainly the last minute and a half of clock time in a college basketball game ends up taking like 7 minutes to play? And it does all the time, unless it's a complete blowout. The other team's always fouling, and you gotta, stop the clock, and all the timeouts and all the everything just takes forever. But such is the life in the land of sports. We have it a little bit in football, I guess, but not to the extent that we have it in basketball. But since it looks like, I shouldn't probably say this out loud. I won't say it looks like. I'll say if my Kentucky Wildcats hold on for the win tonight, that will probably knock Tennessee back to the number, I don't know, I'd say maybe the third of the 1 seeds in the tournament. Which probably, moves Duke up to the top, the overall 1 seed, probably. But then that might also mean, well, I don't know. I think it maybe Kentucky gets a 2 seed. If we win tonight, Tennessee loses, and then everybody kind of wins the games that they should win from here on out. Then I would say Tennessee's still a 1, but definitely not the overall 1. And Kentucky maybe goes to a 2. Maybe. Hey, Kent, maybe we will find a DeAndre Ayton in this. This is the start of a brand new case, so we might. I mean, usually when we find points cards, it does mean that somewhere in the case there's a good, what I would call a good or a pretty good autograph. So I'm hoping, yeah, that we do. But it was, I am pretty sure that we ended up finding 2 in that one case. It was something kind of crazy, but I think it was 2 in there. 86/69 final. Woohoo! I love that. Thank you, Bam. I'm in a really good mood now. This is Mikal Bridges. That is rookie silver. At last, we've had lots of silver, but that is our first rookie silver, I do believe. I'm checking real quick, because you know what? We'll stack him in a separate spot so that we can recap our rookie silver at the end. So glad to see rookie silver making an appearance here. Quinn Cook. And I see a green on the horizon. Our green is also a rookie, and that is Devontae Graham for the Charlotte Hornets. And freshman phenoms. There's an Ayton insert, refractor insert, freshman phenoms. What do we have up here? Lonnie Walker and the Spurs, Red Wave, rookie prism. Another green coming our way. That is a green hyped Kevin Durant, Golden State Warriors. Once again, guys, I will be sleeving a lot of that sort of stuff after the break. I'm primarily sleeving just the higher end rookie stuff right now as we go through. Our autograph hit for this box comes out for the Trailblazers, and it is Wade Baldwin for Portland. So nice hit if you've got the Blazers. That was Carroll for the Nets. Here's a green Mikalik for the Los Angeles Lakers. An emergent, but that wasn't a prism. This is, though, Mitchell Robinson. Knicks, Red Wave rookie. Look at that. Somebody's trying to slide away from me up there. I gotta grab those guys. Where are they going? They're like, hey, it's the All-Star break. We don't want to sit in this stack. We're on break. All right, no, come back, guys. Was that Luka? Yeah. I mean, it's not a prism, but still, it is an insert, which we all know anything Luka right now is pretty hot, and that's a freshman phenoms non-refractor insert for Luka. And I saw that they have officially put up the National Treasures pre-order sheet for basketball. I've always found it so weird that they do National Treasures for basketball in like the middle. It's not the middle of the season, but it's in the middle of the product release year. Because, you know, we'll be opening 18-19 basketball into like October. You know, with football and the other sports, the end of the season is National Treasures and Flawless. It's not that way in basketball. It kind of shows up in the middle of things, which I've always found to be very odd. And because of where it shows up in the middle of things, it's really hard to get allocated as much as you would otherwise, because you've only had a part of a season to build up your numbers, and then they end up not giving you nearly as much as you would get if they would wait until the end of the season. But what are you going to do? Not much. Got to play by Panini's rules because they don't give us a choice, unfortunately. So would you all have any interest? Do you have any interest, those of you who are watching live, in doing maybe some fast break prism by the case, either by the half case or by the whole case. As I do have a couple of my distributors that have gotten that in recently that we could open if, I mean, I have some boxes of it loose to do as mixers, but I don't have any full cases of it on hand. So I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? For those of you who are participating in this break. Yay, no, yes, no, maybe. I mean, fast break here is kind of like Prism Choice, but not exactly, because it doesn't guarantee the same things that Prism Choice does, which is the international one I was talking about earlier. But it does have fewer base cards, so it is hence the name, fast break. But it is still, you know, guaranteed autograph and guaranteed certain amount of inserts and prisms and whatnot. No, nobody's going to fire into chat there with any comments on that? No thoughts on it one way or the other? All right, then. Oh, Cali Boy jumped in there. I just didn't wait long enough. It takes a minute for things to pop up on my side after you guys type them in. Cali Boy says yes, a thumbs up to some fast break. What do you think, Kent? Yes, no, maybe, possibly? I think we might do it. Ricky Rubio for the Jazz in the green. Just because I happen to like Prism, you know. It's obviously, I buy it in all the formats. We've got some, I've got some cases of blaster boxes down there too that we'll work our way into at some point. Because again, you get different parallels in all these products. There's things you can only find in blasters. There's things you only find in this. Things you only find in hobby. So because I happen to be a fan of Prism, I usually buy all the different versions they offer me. Colin Sexton, that is a silver rookie for the Cavaliers. Clyde Drexler, Dominance. Here's our autograph hit. And it's Tracy McGrady, wow, for the Rockets. Wouldn't have expected to find that. And that is silver Bobby Portis and the Bulls. Here comes a green Luke Kennard for the Pistons. Kent said you're always down for Prism. All right, cool. I think we might pull the trigger on that. Ezekiel, you like the idea too? All right, well, I think I might pull the trigger on that then. David Robinson for the Spurs on a red wave. Steve Nash, silver. Yeah, it's just fun. I mean, Prism's probably, it's definitely one of my favorite basketball products. It's close to my favorite, but it's maybe not my total. It's hard to beat National Treasures to be the total favorite, because National Treasures is, well, pretty awesome. Robert Williams III in the Celtics. However, Impeccable that we have coming up on Wednesday, that's pretty nice too. Miami Heat, green, Josh Richardson. Any of their high-end stuff for basketball is usually pretty sweet. That was Delon Wright for the Raptors, a Dominance, Dwayne Wade, Miami Heat in the green parallel. And that box is now in the books. So we are not quite at our halfway point yet, but we're approaching it. Yeah, and it's amazing how hard it is to buy some of this stuff. And I'm not even talking about the hobby version. I mean, I'm talking about even like the retail, like this. The cases of this, the cases of blasters and things like that. There in recent years, you know, a few years back, you could buy that stuff without a lot of problem. In the last couple of years, even that was really hard to come up with sometimes. I mean, Prizm is, I think, pretty high on everybody's list who collects basketball cards. Kent is working the mojo, trying to conjure up the DeAndre Ayton. So we need to we'll try to focus the mojo for you, Kent. See if we can conjure you an Ayton. And you know, he is playing well. If you were in a year where you didn't have Luka and Ayton were putting up the same numbers that he's putting up this year, which are pretty solid numbers. I mean, let's face it, he would most likely be Rookie of the Year. But this year, with Luka playing the way that he is, I mean, you don't even really hear anybody else mention in the same breath as a possibility for Rookie of the Year. So my point is, I think Ayton is a little bit maybe lost in the shadows. He might turn out to be a bargain in terms of his card values right now. Not that they're inexpensive, because they certainly aren't. But he might be getting a little bit overlooked because of the Luka factor, maybe. And I like Ayton, but, I mean, you guys all know I'm biased, too. You know, I liked Luka the best out of the draft. Before the draft, he was my personal #1 choice out of there. So I am a little biased in that sense. But I do think Ayton honestly has played better than I thought he would play his first year. I thought he would be a little slower to develop. Primarily because I thought he needed to be in better shape and he needed to play a little more defense and a few things like that than I saw out of him in college. But he's really done quite well. And I don't know that his card values fully reflect that. So, I don't know. Dylan Brooks, green. And a silver Oscar Robertson for the Bucks. And a green Jordan Clarkson. Bam, you are headed off to bed, my friend. All right, sir. Well, thank you for jumping in, and thank you for keeping me posted on the score and all that, too. And come see us again, Bam. I always like to see you. Oh, come hang out with us anytime. Luke Kennard, Red Wave. Callie Boy, you got a silver Ayton a couple of weeks ago from a Target Prizm box. Nice. Nice, nice. Yes, again, you know, there's the Target exclusives, the Walmart exclusives, I think. There's so many versions of all the various types of Prizm. It gets kind of crazy with all the possibilities. But yet, as I said, I do have a tendency to track them down. I like to open them. An emergent Mo Wagner for the Lakers in the green parallel. Kent, what did you say there? Luka's odds? Oh, Luka is minus 10,000. Ayton is plus 1,000. Okay, well, that kind of tells the story then, doesn't it? Kind of says it all right there. Melvin Frazier for the Magic, silver rookie. Yeah, I mean, just everyone else that is playing rookie ball this year is a bit lost in the shadow of Luka, who is, I think, going to be a dominant player for many years. But I also think Ayton will be likewise. Jason Terry for the Milwaukee Bucks. And his card values, I mean, is not his individual card values necessarily, but the buy-in to get a shot at Ayton, of course, is comparatively significantly lower than the buy-in to get a shot at Luka. And I do think Ayton's still got room to grow with his card values. Emergent, Dante DiVincenzo, that is for the Milwaukee Bucks. And I believe, is that the first? I don't know if that's the first DiVincenzo we've seen tonight. Maybe it is, in terms of a parallel. Josh Richardson for the Heat, Red Wave. A silver Julius Randle for the Pelicans. And the base emergent went by there for the Lakers. Kent wants to know, whoever has the Lakers, if you want to sell your Mo Wagner, if you don't happen to be logged in, you might not see that in chat. I do think you have to be logged in to see the chat. So if you're watching and you're not logged in and you have the Lakers and you want to sell that, sounds like you have an interested potential buyer in there right now. Terry Rozier, green parallel Celtics. Now we're at the halfway point. We are exactly 5 boxes opened and 5 boxes remaining. Let's see, how are we doing time-wise? Not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, so because we had the other things that we opened up first. So yeah, we're making pretty reasonable time on this. Ah, Cali Boy, you must have the Lakers then. So Kent, I'm assuming you are seeing Cali Boy's response there, so maybe the two of you can make a deal there on that Mo Wagner. But just FYI, if you guys do make a deal on it, I'm still going to ship it first to whoever owns that team. And then what you do beyond that is up to you. But I don't like to get in the middle of, like, take this and ship this here and ship that there and whatever, because that can get really confusing really quickly. And Cali Boy, I don't have any idea what that would go for. You guys will have to check that out on eBay. I don't even have a guess on that, honestly. Yeah, I learned the hard way a long time ago. When you get into the, oh yeah, I made a deal here, so ship this here and then ship that there, and all of a sudden you end up being like drop shipping somebody's whole break out somewhere. So yeah, I got out of that business a long time back. I just decided, nah, I send it all to the original bidder, and then where it goes from there, nobody knows. Well, you all know, but I don't know. Cali Boy, I'm thinking Kent might be multitasking, so he'll probably come back at some point and see your reply and jump in there, and you guys can negotiate a little. Okay, let's take a look and see what we can find here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Got a green trying to escape from me. We managed to pin him down. It is Lonnie Walker, green for the San Antonio Spurs. A little green rookie. Freshman phenoms, Chandler Hutchison for the Bulls. That was a prism. Red Wave Isaiah Thomas as a Nugget. And yes, I know he was in a Lakers uniform. Let's pick him back up. He's a good one to do this with, because you can see he's in a Lakers uniform, but obviously the team there says Denver Nuggets. The logo on the back says Denver Nuggets. Somewhere on here it'll have a little tiny wording somewhere printed probably that says, oh, there it is over there, that says the date he was traded to the other team. That happens a lot in basketball, where they're in a different uniform than the team name that is stated on the card, because there's so many, trades and things that happen. TJ Warren, silver. So, of course, it's going to go to the team name printed on the card, not the team that you see on the uniform. So if there's a difference in the uniform and the team name on the card, the team name on the card wins. That's the moral of the story. JJ Barea, green, Mavericks. A green hyped Kevin Durant, Golden State Warriors. Feels like it's got some little gritty stuff on the back of it. And yeah, if there's probably several of these we're going to find that has some little, I'm calling it gritty stuff. It's not exactly gritty, really kind of what it is. It's actually the card material itself, and it flakes off the edges a little bit, and then it'll be on the backs of cards and things like that. I'm sure many of you have experienced it yourselves. Javon Carter and the Grizzlies Red Wave rookie. And it's kind of unique to Prizm and Chrome and Topps. So again, it has to do with the coating, but it's not an uncommon occurrence to have that happen. But I just happened to feel it on that particular card. As a Mitchell Robinson green for the Knicks, green Prizm parallel. And a freshman phenom Michael Porter Jr. green parallel, Nuggets. So we had some nice greens come out tonight. So far, so good. Oh, you need to find Trae Young, too. All right, you got a lot of mojo I need to fire on, don't I, Kent? I got to get busy for you, don't I? Oh, hey, that's a Charles Barkley silver. Ah, for the Suns. Sir Charles. Well, how about that right on cue? You asked for Trae Young. There's a little silver Prizm Trae Young. Not too shabby. The mojo said, okay, sure, Kent, here you go. Nice, right? Yeah, we like that. A good hit. Silver Prizm rookies are always worth some money. And I'm getting there. Slowly but surely, we're working our way through. Yeah, once again, this is another break where the longest part of it's just getting all the stuff out of the wrappers. If you timed it, that's where we would spend 2/3 of our time. Removing cards from wrappers. But hey, in the case of Prizm, we do what we got to do, right? We have a Dominance Shaq. Silver Wilt Chamberlain. It was a freshman phenom, but it wasn't a refractor. Willie Cauley-Stein for the Kings, the big man. And there's De'Aaron Fox for the Kings, Red Wave. A silver Embiid for the Sixers. A green Kevin Durant Dominance. A green Hassan Whiteside for the Miami Heat. Now we got to take some more stuff out of packs. I just couldn't delay my gratification any longer. I had to stop part of the way through. I do that sometimes. Sometimes I can get the whole way through and get them all out of the packs before we start looking at them. And then other times I think, no, I want to look at them right now, and I stop. I know. Terrible, isn't it? Oh, well, Cali Boy, that's cool. So, yeah, Kent, that sounds like Cali Boy's got some options for you for Mo Wagner. Already got some things up on eBay. Yeah, I know there are a lot of people who do very well doing exactly what you're talking about, Callie Boy, buying into breaks, and then you take what you get out of the breaks and flip it on eBay. I mean, there are people who do tens of thousands of dollars worth of business every month with cards that they've gotten in breaks. Now, granted, they're also buying into breaks at a really high amount, you know, often, very often they spend a lot to get in, but they're also hitting enough that obviously they're paying for it and then some. So there are a lot of people that do it like that. Golden State Warriors, that's Jonas Drebko. And Kelly Oubre, silver. There's a green Thaddeus Young. Kevin Garnett, silver for the T-Wolves. I just have been one who's never enjoyed listing individual cards on eBay. I never have really liked that very much. It's just, I just don't enjoy it. And so even though I have a lot that I could sell and probably need to sell and maybe one day will sell, I'm less likely to do it unless I get it graded, because I just don't like having to scan them in there front and back one at a time and all that. Melvin Frazier for the Magic, Red Wave rookie. And of course you can do it without scanning it, but then, you know, that can lead to issues too. Miles Bridges for the Hornets, a little silver rookie action. And there's a green Fournier for the Magic. So, yeah, I think that's, I don't know. I do enjoy breaks and I do still buy into them a lot, but I very seldom resell what I get out of it for the reason I just said, unless I send it off and get it graded, which I'm behind on. I have a big group of stuff that I need to put out there and haven't. Well, for sure, Callie Boy, you are correct. You can definitely spend a lot of money buying in as well, because, I mean, there's plenty of nights where you don't hit. We all know that. There's plenty of nights where we hit and plenty of nights where we don't. You just have to hope that the nights that you hit make up for the nights that you don't, and usually it does, but maybe not always. Oh, you got a Kobe that you're keeping? Nice. I mean, there's always going to be stuff that you want to keep if you're a collector. Now, some people, I think, flip that don't collect at all, and they literally are just doing it as a business proposition, and they flip it all. But I think the vast majority of us who are in breaks, regardless of which side of the break we're on, are collectors. Because it's just, you know, it's more fun. I mean, that's what makes it fun, I think, for most of us, many of us, anyway. Yeah, see, exactly. You're like, Callie Boy says, yeah, it's boring and it takes him forever to get them listed. Yes, I know. I don't do well with that. I can't, I don't know. I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy listing individual cards. Oh, you work at a golf course. Well, yeah, it would be slow in California right now. You guys have had some massive rain out there recently. What part of, what did I just do? Somehow I flipped some of these on there upside down. Let's just try and fix it. What part of California are you in? I lived there for a while. I lived in West Hollywood and up in the Hollywood Hills, and I've got friends still there, mostly in Sherman Oaks, a few of them still down in the West Hollywood, North Hollywood kind of area. Oh, you're up near Sacramento. Okay. Cool. I didn't spend a lot of time up north. I was up a little bit, but not much. Guy I was dating when I lived there for the majority of the time I lived there. He was from Northern California, but he lived in Silver Lake. And he didn't go home much, and I didn't go up there much either, but I was up there a little. And I like Napa. I'll go up to the Napa Valley area. All right, we have ourselves a silver-ish Smith for the Pistons. And there's a Mo Wagner, little rookie silver for the Lakers. Kent, you feel it in this box? You feel like your Ayton autograph is in this box? Well, let's see if the mojo agrees with you again. That would be something, wouldn't it? It's Victor Oladipo in the Pacers, green. Excuse me. Justin Holiday, Bulls, red wave. Yeah, that would be something if you just like call it and it comes out again. That would maybe be a little bit freaky. Like good freaky, but maybe freaky a little bit. This is freshman phenoms, Anthony Simons. We pull this guy all the time out of everything. Well, forget that sleeve. It doesn't want to cooperate with me. We got a new one and it works fine. For the Blazers, we pull that kid a lot out of everything. He's just in everything all the time. I don't know why, but he is. For sure. And this is Dennis Smith Jr., silver for the Mavericks. What would happen if Anthony Davis ended up at the Mavericks? Oh my God, wouldn't that be crazy? I mean, of course, how would that work with between Kristaps and Luka and Anthony Davis? I mean, can you imagine? I don't think there's any talk that Anthony Davis is going to go to Dallas, but if he did, that'd just be crazy. The Pistons and Zaza with a red wave. I don't really know what made me think of that, but anyway, Markelle Fultz, silver. Just thinking about the trades, I guess. I saw Dennis Smith Jr. and just got me started thinking about trades. Justin Jackson Green for the Kings. A silver Tobias Harris for the Clippers. A silver Dominance Jason Kidd. A green Terrence Ross for the Magic. Our autograph, it didn't work for you that time, Kent. Our autograph came out for the Bucks. Malcolm Brogdon out for the Milwaukee Bucks. Our autograph out of that box. And then we have a silver Chris Middleton also for the Bucks. All right, we are 8 down, 2 to go. In our quest to get a half case open tonight. That was a good try, though, Kent. It was an admirable go at it, and sometimes the mojo does work that way, so I applaud your effort. We may still find it yet. He's in there, wow. Oh, man, I know it does feel like that some days, doesn't it? I think the worst of it is when you're after one of the really big guns and you're in, say, National Treasures or you're in Flawless where you've got a lot of money on the line and you don't hit. Those are the worst. But that again is, you know, those are the guys who play the law of averages. So they may miss on 2 and then hit on 3 or even miss on 2 and hit on 1, and you probably still are clearing money. When you talk about Saquon Barkley or you talk about Luka or somebody like that out of a high-end product. Because what they sell for makes up for the losses in a lot of cases. I recall that we hit a decent amount of Luka, I want to say, out of the draft, Contenders draft that we had at the first of the year. I want to say we hit some Luka International out of there that was pretty decent too. Of course, that's long since sold out as well. All that stuff just goes so quickly these days. So we had a silver Otto Porter Jr. a minute ago, and then there's a silver Zach Randolph, and here's a silver Derek Favors. And there's a red Anunoby for the Raptors. I guess in many ways it's no different than me playing the stock market, or when you play, for those of you who might go to casinos or play the ponies or something like that. I guess it's really not significantly different than that. You can either walk away with a lot or walk away with nothing, but I don't know. Somehow it seems different. That was Porzingis silver for the Knicks. This is a Russell Westbrook silver for the Thunder. There's a green Ian Clark for the Pelicans. Keep our silvers separate there. I know, right? That Casey Mize you got tonight was pretty sweet. Well, first of all, you got two, but that one of one, man, that is a nice Casey Mize hit tonight. And I'm really surprised that we had 3 one-of-one printing plates out of Flash. I mean, a lot of cases we hit maybe 1. Some cases we don't hit any. Some cases we hit 1, but it's very rare out of a case of Leaf Baseball to hit that many one-of-one printing plates out of a single case. And for one of them to be Casey Mize, yeah, that was a really nice hit. And for sure, that Tom Brady's going to pay a lot of bills for you. Tom Brady to 6, what's that going to go for? Probably, what, over 1,000 easily, I would imagine, because it looked to be in pretty good shape. I didn't like microscopically look at it, but I mean, there wasn't like a big, huge, gaping issue with it that I noticed. So I would think, I don't know if you're going to get it graded or not, but I would think that's going to sell pretty well, no matter. Terrence Ross for the Orlando Magic is our autograph out of our next to last box. There's Nicholas Batum silver for the Hornets, a green freshman phenoms. Hey, there's Jaren Jackson Jr. Decided to make an appearance here for the Memphis Grizzlies. And then we have a green Wilson Chandler. Red Wave Charles Barkley. Sir Charles coming out in the parallels tonight. Solomon Hill silver. And we are now officially at last box mojo time. So collectively work it, kids, and see if we can pull the heat, pull the fire. Oh, Kent, the Tom Brady's gonna be personal collection. Well, excellent then. That's even better. Because that will save you probably, $1,000, $1,500 to having to buy that. So nice. Well, there you go. So it's going to go even more than I thought it sounds like. Callie Boy said he saw... See, that's what we pulled, Callie, the other night for Kent, was a Brady autograph to 6. You saw it go to $9.50 in one day on eBay. So there you go. I was thinking it would probably be $1,200, maybe $1,500. So, sounds like I might even be shooting low with that. That was out of our first case, too, wasn't it? Yeah, I think it was. Of plates and patches. I always love pulling the low-numbered Bradys. I know, Kent, we're trying to find you that DeAndre Ayton. I don't think... Have we seen any rookie autographs in here, or have they all been veteran? Let's see. Vet. Yeah, they've all been veteran. So we're due some rookie autographs. Now, if we don't find it out of here, I would certainly think we've got some in the second half of this case. Because it's unusual that we haven't seen any of the autographs be rookie at this point. And last out, here it is right away, and it is Bismack Biyombo. You know I'm not saying that right. Yes, I know it, and you know it. We all know it. And so here's the last autograph out for the Hornets. This is kind of interesting because on the back it says New Orleans Hornets. On the front it says Charlotte Hornets. Of course, we all know the deal there. The Charlotte Hornets actually moved to New Orleans, became the New Orleans Hornets, but then Charlotte was awarded an expansion team, which was the Charlotte Bobcats, and the original Charlotte Hornets were still the New Orleans Hornets, so Justin Holiday green. And then at the point, red Andre Drummond, at the point at which New Orleans became the Pelicans, Reggie Miller green for the Pacers. They then gave all the history and the name back to Charlotte. Iguodala for the Warriors. So that's one of the rare instances where you don't have a card necessarily following its franchise, right? And that's why it says Charlotte on the front. Dion Waiters, Miami Heat, green. Because most of the time, you know, when a franchise moves, relocates, renames, whatever, they don't give if an expansion team later goes into the city, they don't give the history and the records and all that back to the other team. I mean, that just never happens. There's a Mo Wagner freshman phenoms green parallel. It's like in football, think about, you know, the Houston Oilers, they're the current Tennessee Titans, Jaylen Brown, Celtics. And when the Houston Texans came along as an expansion team, it's not like the Titans said, oh, here, you can have the Oilers' name back and all the history. No, they kept it. But for some weird reason, that's not what they did with the Hornets. So there you go. Kent, what are you saying we're going to keep between us? What did you say? Let's keep that between us. What are you saying? What are we saying? Uh-oh, whatever it is, I probably already said it out loud, didn't I? Did I? I might have. I don't know, because I don't know what we're talking about. Sorry. You went to a thrift store a couple of weeks ago and got 40 packs of 1989 for $10. Daggone, man. That is a nice find. You sold it for 340 bucks on eBay. Yeah, no doubt. Nice find, man. Why don't I ever find stuff like that if I go into a thrift store? This is silver for the Nets. No, I never find stuff. I never find good stuff, you know. So, yeah, that was an excellent find. Fournier, Red Wave, Magic. Ooh, wow. All right. The little kitten is into it with somebody there. You heard that. Mm-hmm. Yep, he's causing some trouble here. Harrison Barnes, silver for the Mavericks. And there's Dominance, Scottie Pippen, silver. Enes Kanter, silver for the Knicks. And Tyler Johnson is our last silver out. Yeah, that little kitten, he's not even a kitten anymore. He's over a year old. Found him in November of, not last year, but year before. So he's over a year old, but he is, man, he gets into a lot of stuff still. And he loves to jump. He jumps on all the others, and he tries to ride on them like they're a horse and he's a cowboy. And so when they get into it, yeah, that's what you hear. So this 150 points card right here, it replaced one of our hits, so we need to divvy that up, and we're going to use random.org to accomplish it. So first things first, we're going to copy all of our team names from the spreadsheet. Then we're going to head ourselves over here back to random. And because in this case we have 10 or more items in our list, I'm only going to use random one single time. And whichever team is in the number one position after I hit randomize is going to take home that points card. So I'm going to scroll through here so that you can see that all of the teams were copied and pasted in there. Good luck, everyone. And looks like that is headed to the Washington Wizards. So this little 150 points card right there is the Wizards. Well, Callie boy, I will tell you this. If I had found those packs of cards, I mean, I applaud you for doing the smart thing and putting them on eBay and taking the profit out of them. Even if I had found them at a thrift store, which I'm never lucky to find good stuff like that, but even if I had, I would be like, oh my gosh, I got that on such a good price. I'm going to open it myself. I'm telling you now, that's what I would do, because that's how my mind works. I'd be like, oh yeah, so it doesn't even matter. Like if I don't hit anything, I still want to open it because I got it at such a good deal. And then that's what would happen, when really my better deal would be just exactly what you did, sell them on eBay. So I'm just saying. All right, there is Mo Wagner for the Lakers. I'm looking just at the silver rookie prisms. I believe, guys, that I got them all stacked separately. If you did see one go through earlier and you don't see it coming through now in the recap, it only means that I stacked it in the wrong place by accident. Tried to keep the rookies separate. So these are silver rookie prisms. Mo Wagner for the Lakers, Miles Bridges, Hornets, Trae Young for the Hawks, Melvin Frazier, Magic, Colin Sexton, Cavaliers, Mikal Bridges for the Suns. We had one pink pulsar, and it is Javon Carter for the Memphis Grizzlies, and the pink pulsars, of course, are numbered to 42. We had one hit replaced by a points card. It was awarded to the Washington Wizards using random.org. Our hits, Bismack Biyombo for the Charlotte Hornets, Terrence Jones for the Orlando Magic, Malcolm Brogdon for the Milwaukee Bucks, Jonas Jerebko for the Golden State Warriors, Jason Terry, Milwaukee Bucks, Tracy McGrady, Houston Rockets, Wade Baldwin for the Trailblazers, and Jrue Holiday for NOLA. All right, so that is our break for tonight. Now I will put up spreadsheet information here one more time for anybody who might have missed it earlier. We're going to take a little quick look here at your shipping information. We'll also take one more look at the breaks that we're going to be doing here over the course of the next few days. Once again, please remember there is no mail on Monday, none delivered, none picked up. So any labels that I might print tonight or tomorrow or Monday, they're not going to be picked up till Tuesday, which means their tracking will not update until Tuesday night. And of course, free shipping stuff, that was the jersey, will be on the way to you no later than Saturday a week from today. Typically, it's a little sooner than that, but should be no later than that. Our paid shipping breaks, that's Flash Baseball, Prizm Basketball, on the way to you roughly Wednesday. If I can get it out to you sooner than that, I will. If something went off the rails, it could possibly go a day later, but my best guess right now is that it would be on the way to you by Wednesday. Consolation cards, don't worry about them for Prizm. If you didn't hit in Flash, you're going to get your consolation card shipped with the rest of the break. If you didn't hit in the football jersey, because it is a free shipping break, typically I would hang on to your consolation card until your next package goes. If you don't want to wait for that and you'd like to have it sent sooner, all you need to do is send me a message. I will gladly handle that for you. Looking one more time at what's coming up in the days ahead. Tomorrow night, we're going to do Gold Rush Premier Players Baseball. That is the buyback product. It's premium buyback cards, and they are the premier players, you know, so the more leaning more towards the superstars of the league kind of deal. More information, of course, can be found in the listing description about that. We will open another master case of Panini One football. I absolutely love that stuff to death. Love, love, love Panini One. Wish I had 1,000 more cases of it than I do, but it is going to be fun tomorrow night. Monday, a 3-box case of Onyx Preferred Players Autograph Baseballs, some more Leaf Flash Baseball, and more Plates and Patches Football. On Tuesday, Leaf Autograph Multi-Sport Jersey, some Series 1 Baseball Jumbo Full Case. Base Cards has its own bidding category. Base Cards do not ship to the teams in that break. Autographs, relics, numbered cards, and anything Topps list says an insert ships to the teams. Everything else goes to the base card spot on that. Wednesday, new release day, we'll have Immaculate Basketball and Select Football. Both come out Wednesday. We will open a full case of each. XRC Rookie Redemptions will have their own bidding spot in Select Football. On Thursday, we will open a pair of Gold Rush Autograph mini helmets, more Impeccable Basketball, and more Flash Baseball. So that is it for me tonight. Thank you, everyone, for spending part of your Saturday with me. And thank you for keeping me posted on that Kentucky-Tennessee score. That made me really happy. I like that a lot. So, and Callie boy, I'm catching up on chat right now. I see, yeah, you said it was hard not to open them because you would like to have found the Barry Sanders. I agree with you, though. See, I'm saying you did the smart thing by selling them, and you're right, and then paid for a lot of breaks for you. I just have the wrong, I don't know. I can't help myself. It's hard, man. You would think as many things as I open, because I do breaks, as much stuff as I open every day, you would think I would not get the itch to open more stuff. But absolutely, if I had been the one that found those, I would have opened them. I would have. All right, well, that is it for me tonight. Thank you again, everyone. Can't good night to you too and Callie boy both. So hopefully we'll see you guys again next time. I will be back at it again tomorrow night. Until then, take care. Bye now.